Thank you. Okay, thank you. Well, Mr. Covington, welcome. Welcome to the Blueprint for Life here at the WDGX 1570 AM on our radio dial. Mr. Marvin Covington, I call him the insurance engineer. So he's going to give us some information on education our seniors, because this is enrollment time for these different insurances. I call them the ABCs, Plan A, Plan B. So I've invited this young specialist on to be of assistance of educating our seniors, us seniors, I should say. So anyway, Mr. Covington, welcome to the Blueprint. Again, you're not a stranger, and you're going to give us some information on the new things that you're endeavoring on and update us on what's going on now with this open enrollment. Let's talk about the things that we seniors can do to improve our quality of life. Welcome.
Thank you much. And you're right, I'm not a stranger. I'm happy to be on the Blueprint. And hello everyone out there. I'm glad that you all are here listening. So of course, my name is Marvin Covington, and I know Dr. McCann wanted me to start off with my phone number. So for all who's listening, and I will say it again at the end, of course. My phone number is 708-518-9910. I am the owner of Senior Assist Inc., and we do assist seniors with all of your insurance needs and finding doctors, getting your medications in order, and figuring out what hospitals and specialists accept the insurance that you already have. And so Dr. McCann talked to me, and she wanted me to definitely go over the basics of Medicare, because we're in Medicare season now, and it started October 15th and it's going to end December 7th. And so just some basics about it. Most people who have Medicare, they're going to have what's called Part A and Part B, and it's on their red, white, and blue card. Now, some people only have Part A, some people only have Part B. Now, let me talk about those people first. Typically, when you only have Part A, that means that you are not paying the government a monthly premium for your Part B, or you may already have some insurance from a job and things of that nature in which you're covering those types of services, because that's basically your medical services, like going to the clinic and seeing the doctor, getting your preventative services like mammograms and flu shots. And you're going to have some people who only have Part B and don't have Part A. Those individuals, they have not had the opportunity to earn their 40 quarters or their 40 credits that would allow them to get Part A for free. It's what they call premium free Part A. So when you're in that scenario and you haven't earned all of your quarters, you actually have to pay a monthly premium, which is a hefty bill. I mean, it's over $500 a month just to have that Part A coverage if you haven't earned your quarters. And there's two ways to earn your quarters real quickly. One way is, of course, working and paying into Social Security, and you have to work for at least 10 years because you can only earn 1 quarter every 3 months. So you can only earn 4 quarters every year. The other way to earn your quarters is to simply be married to someone who earned their quarters and you have to be married to them for 10 years. So the government has it either way. You're going to put your skin into the game for at least 10 years to make sure that you get premium free Part A. But that's what happens with people who either they don't have their Part A or they don't have their Part B. But when you have your Part A and your Part B, that's a scenario which allows you to get this thing where I know you see all the commercials with J.J. Walker, he's out there, and Joe Namath, and anyone else who's going to be on the commercials where they're inviting you to enroll into these things called Medicare Advantage. And that's known as Part C of Medicare. And a lot of Medicare Advantages include Part D, which is your prescription drugs. So let me go over these letters one more time real quickly, and then I'll get deeper into Medicare Advantage. And I'll even talk a little bit about Medicare Supplement. So your Part A allows you to go to any hospital in the United States that accepts Medicare assignment. That means that they're only going to charge you what Medicare denotes is the correct price. Part B is what allows you to go see your doctors, your specialists, your preventative services, home health care, things like that. And also, it covers any medications that the doctor would give you while you're in their clinic. Like, let's say if you go to the doctor's office and they give you a flu shot. That's covered by your Part B, as in boy. And also your medications that you receive in the hospital, that's covered by your Part A. You may not have known that because Part D is what I'm going to talk about next. Only covers your prescription drugs that are called self-administered. So when you go to Walgreens or CVS or Target and you take the pills yourself, or you either give yourself the injection, like the insulin injection, that's Part D, that's self-administered prescription drugs. So that's A, B as in boy, and D. Then we hop back to C. And the reason I like to talk about C last is because it includes all of the benefits from Part A, all the benefits from Part B, and usually the benefits from Part D, because you can get a Medicare Advantage program that does not include prescription drugs if you wanted to do that. Because some people, for example, some people are veterans and they can get their prescription drugs from the VA. So they don't necessarily have to have a prescription, a Medicare Advantage plan that includes prescription drugs. And they will not get penalized for not having prescription drug coverage, because getting their prescription drugs from the VA is considered credible coverage. And that's the scenario you want to be in. You always want to have credible coverage, and therefore you will avoid penalties. All right. And so Medicare Advantage, let's think about the name, right? So they attach that word advantage to it because it includes benefits that don't come with what's called original Medicare. And original Medicare is your A and your B. So when you get into a Medicare Advantage, it's going to have these things like dental and vision and hearing and transportation benefits and a gym membership. And some of these companies now are giving out flex cards, and these flex cards give you additional money on top of the benefits that you already have to get your dental, vision, and hearing taken care of. And you'll have over-the-counter money, in which basically, you know, the way I like to describe is, if you're in Walgreens or CVS and you're about to buy something, don't do it if you have over-the-counter benefits. Just say, oh no, I think I can get it out of my over-the-counter catalog. Because with these companies, they have catalogs, and you have a certain amount of money based on which program you enrolled into. A lot of these programs, you know, they'll give you $200, $300 every 3 months. Some of them is only $100. It depends on which one you enroll into. But you can just order things like Tylenol and your vitamins, your multivitamins, your calcium. You can get shower mats. You can get arm braces. You know, it depends on which company that you're working with. But they're very, very good benefits. So you should take advantage of them, because for the most part, these over-the-counter benefits, they don't roll over. So if you get $300 to spend and then it goes to the next quarter, that $300 is gone. So very few companies will allow you to roll that money over. I say spend it all because you earned it. You earned it with your Social Security money. Now, there's one thing to definitely be careful with these Medicare Advantage plans, because the way that they're inviting you into these plans are with the benefits. They say, join these benefits. You can get your Part B money back. You can get meals. You can get...
Excuse me, Mr. Covington.
Yes.
One moment now. I'm noticing you're saying we need to make sure. Now, what does that mean? How do we? We're not insurance savvy. How do we? What do you mean by you need to make sure? Because if you tell me I'm getting the advantage, and then the next thing you're saying, you got to make sure. So what questions are we supposed to be asking now? Like, okay, if I do this, what's going to happen to my what? A and B, C, or what?
Well, the question you should be asking, the number one question is, does this plan accept, or does my doctor accept this plan? That's the number one question you want to know, is your doctor and your specialist in this network? And I think the most important question is really the specialist, because yes, you want to make sure your doctor's in the network, absolutely, because they're doing evaluations on you. But I tell you, from my experience, your specialists, those are the people that are keeping you alive. Your cancer specialists, your diabetic specialists, your brain specialists, your liver specialists. All of those specialists are making sure you live to the next day. I mean, it's your doctors, your PCP's job to evaluate you. And when they find something awry or wrong, they send you to the specialist. And so the way that you find out that your specialist is covered is you speak with someone like me. Because I make sure I do that work for you. Because when you need to get into a new program, like you're new to Medicare, or you see all these commercials out here and you want to know, can you get these new benefits, or how can I get this Part B money back, or you say, oh, my sister has this or my brother has that. It's not as easy as just saying, I see these benefits and let me hop into this plan, because it can ruin your life as far as your health is concerned, because you get into these programs and now that heart specialist that you've been seeing all this time, now they don't accept the plan you got into because they said, hey, you got great dental. Now you have to start all over with a new specialist, or you're going to pay 100% out of pocket because or you're going to pay out of pocket costs, out of network costs, if your plan allows it, because some plans have what's called a POS benefit, which stands for a point of service, in which they allow you to go out of network but for more cost. So it's very, very important that you ask whoever is helping you with your Medicare, is my doctor covered? Is my specialist covered? Is the hospital covered that I prefer to go to? Because a lot of people actually like Northwestern, but Northwestern does not accept a lot of Medicare Advantage plans yet. Some, but not all of them. Some people like to go to University of Chicago. They don't accept all the Medicare Advantage plans. You have to make sure that the hospital that you're going to, also the doctor accepts it, because you can see the doctor, but then if the hospital is not covered, now you can't get surgeries done at the hospital. The insurance is not going to pay for it. So all four needs to be covered.
Mr. Covington?
Yeah.
Well, now, listen now, we're talking about our senior population. Now, if a plan calls me, or shouldn't they be moral enough to say, who are your doctors? Are they capable of finding? Okay, if half the time, let's say like me, half the time I may not know who the real doctor is. You might go into these offices, there might be one doctor here this week and one doctor. But you just know you go to this special clinic, and then how do you know? It seems to me, in my experience also, when it's time for enrollment, the United Healthcare is the anchor of this stuff, but they don't really assist you. They just tell you this and this and this. They don't have to. You say, well, what's the best? We can't tell you that. This and this and this. And then mention also your level of sickness determines your price of your prescriptions and stuff. So if you got a level A condition, well, whatever is low, then your prescription might be here. But if you go to a more serious illness, then these prescriptions can escalate. So you need to rate your show yourself.
Well, let me try to address everything that you said. So talk about morality. Unfortunately, you have to remember that even though this is your health insurance and this is the thing that's keeping you healthy and keeping you alive, it's still a business. And these insurance companies are in this business to profit and to make money. So in order for them to make money, they need to keep money in their pocket. And so that's why I encourage everyone, when you have these benefits, when you have them, you have to use them. You have to use them, because every benefit you don't use, the insurance company keeps the money. All right. And also, it's really not their job to look up doctors for you. All right, now it's actually the client's job to make sure that their doctors are accepted in the insurance plan before they enroll into a plan, because it's their life and their nature is how it's looked upon. And if they're the one who's signing this paperwork, that means that they've read all of the paper, they've read through the contract, they've made sure that everything is in order for their life and their scenario. And so that's what makes it very difficult, because when Medicare gives out this information and how they tell us to help people is we're not supposed to tell you this plan is better than that plan or that plan is better than this plan. But what we can do is help you navigate which program is best for you based on your scenario. Because going off of what you see on a commercial or going off what you see that your sister has or your brother or your best friend has, I mean, it's nice. They can have great benefits, but are they seeing the exact same doctor? Do they have the exact same health issue? They may have medication that they're taking that they're just not telling you about because it's their private life. So you can't really base the plan that you want solely off of just because you saw someone else someone else is in that plan and they seem generally happy. Doesn't mean that you're going to be happy. You can be miserable in it because you can get into a program and all of a sudden your favorite specialist that you've been seeing for the past 20 years no longer accepted. Now you have to feel like you're starting over, and I tell you that is so stressful when you have to start over with a new doctor and you're losing someone that you trust so well, because you get to know the person, especially when they're keeping you alive, like your cancer specialist, your heart specialist. You actually get to know this person because you're seeing them on a regular basis. When you're going through kidney dialysis, you're seeing these specialists on a regular basis. Those are not scenarios in which you just want to start over from scratch. So you want to make sure these 4 things, keep them in mind: your PCP, your specialist, your medications, and the hospital that you prefer. Not just a hospital that they say, oh, well, you know, we accept this hospital and you can go to this one. No, tell these people, I want to go to this hospital. I want to see this doctor. And it should be our responsibility to find the program that fits your needs. So that's what we do at my company, and that's how I train my agents. Is when you come to us, I figure the first piece of information I get from you is, who are your doctors? Who are your specialists? What hospital do you prefer to go to? Because the hospital that you're going to now, it may not be the hospital that you prefer to. I've had that so many times. People are going to the hospital that's in their network or that's simply closest to them. And say, well, you know, you can shop around for hospitals, look up their ratings, see how they take care of people, look at their testimonials. Just in the same way in which so many people, they actually feel like they're locked into a doctor. You're never locked into a doctor. Now, you are locked into your insurance program for the most part for the year, but you can see any doctor that accepts your insurance at any time. That's how you get your second and third opinions. So anytime that you feel like you see a doctor and you think, I don't think that was right, or I don't think they're checking up on me, or they're not listening to me, they're just giving me medications, and I'm telling them I want to know what's actually wrong because I want to make different decisions in my life rather than just take a medication, you can always go see another doctor. And that's one of the main things that my company does, is we help you find new doctors, especially in your area, and doctors that care.
Just give your number again for it, because we here at the Blueprint, we bring you information for transformation. As I always say, this is not a joke. This is serious business that we're talking about. And like I said, you're probably just going to have to commit to come once a month, because there's so much still that we got to get to. But give your number again so people can call, because there are some hurting people without families. And then you're going to tell us about the other things that you're doing for the seniors still.
That's right.
Your number.
My number again is 708-518-9910. And that's 708-518-9910. If I don't answer, please leave a voicemail and feel free to text me. I'll text you back. There's no worries. So,
right.
and so some other things that we do for seniors on top of Medicare is know that we help review just about any insurance that you have, and you don't have to enroll with something for us to help you, because so many people have insurance and they sign a contract, but that's about the only thing they read was the line they signed. But all of the pages, page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all the important information on how the policy actually works for you, so that when you actually need it, there aren't any surprises. That's what we help with. You can bring your policies to us and we review them with you, and we tell you how it works, and we explain to you what this word means, what that word means, because there's a lot of insurance lingo, and it's not regular language in which you're talking every day with your friends. You can't just go through and read an insurance contract and just feel like you have the complete meaning or you know how everything works. It just simply doesn't work that way. And so we also help with people who are trying to find new coverage. Okay, so let me explain that to you. You have people who are in a very good example, like my uncle. My uncle turned 65, and he has a term policy, and I'm talking about life insurance. But what he did not know was that term is short for terminating life insurance. And he just said, well, nephew, nobody explained that to me. I made sure I had life insurance. I said, well, definitely, you are actually covered, but rest assured, when you get life insurance policies, the insurance company asks you certain questions so that they make sure there's a low chance of you dying. Okay? So when you get life insurance, try to get whole life. And if you are in your 30s, I highly suggest you getting a UL so that you can invest in your own life insurance policy for tax-free retirement. I'm not going to get into tax-free retirement in this presentation because that's a presentation all in its own. But just know that you can use your own life insurance to create a retirement for yourself. Completely legal. Absolutely. That's what I'm doing. It's what I was taught by my trainers. And it's a beautiful thing because all life insurance is just an investment. It's just an investment vehicle. But most people only utilize the investment part for after they die and leave the money for someone else. But you can utilize it while you're alive. So that's one thing that we do with insurance. Now, other things that we do for seniors is we come to the senior homes and we bring live entertainment because I love spending time with my seniors. And so, of course, everybody plays bingo, right? Everybody plays bingo. So I do my bingo a little bit different. I got all my boards and I got my speaker up and I can change it all different types of ways. People like to cover all, like to do the T, the X, all different things. I have it already set up. But we do everything else. We got the sack toss. Okay, we got the jumping jacks. We do the line dancing. We do the ball toss. I know everybody loves that. All right. I just did this fun game with everyone last week. No one got everything right. I have a list full of states, and it's just a blank states, and people have to guess it within 1 minute. No one gets it. No one gets it because once you actually see the shapes of the states, you're calling out New York and it's really Maine. You're calling out Ohio and it's really somewhere else. I'll tell you, it's great. And we have prizes for everyone. And also, last but not least, we have a special person that we bring. Her name is Joyce Renee Walker, and she comes, she sings, she plays the piano. She's a specialist in memory care, and she plays jazz, she plays the blues, she plays R&B, and she sings for the seniors. She does it like an hour straight. I'm telling you, this lady, she plays with her eyes closed. Okay. She plays with Mariano's at Red Lobster, at the Marion Senior Home, at the Breakers, at Truly. She's all over the place. And so I work with her, and she comes and plays for the seniors. It's lovely. And we're going to have a nice Christmas event at over at the Senior Suites. And I also bring a magician because seniors love magic shows. And I tell you, there's no cost for anyone who comes to these things. There's no cost whatsoever. And the last big thing that we really do is we do senior birthday parties. So we have a big senior birthday party coming up. Our next one is on December 5th. So that's celebrating all the birthdays for, typically we do for 3 months, but we're going to celebrate all the birthdays for the whole year. All right, so I'm going to have like 3 birthday cakes. I hope everyone eats all the cake, all the ice cream. This is going to be a big celebration because we just celebrate you all. Every year is a celebration, I tell you.
Give us the location. The location.
The location will be on December 5th is 1050 West 79th Street at the Senior Suites. So those are things we bring to the table. And you can always call us and call us for help, call us for assistance, call us for help, because we love to help. My agents love to help. That's why we're Senior Assist.
Listen, Mr. Covington, you came on, I think, a little bit late for me, so that means you're going to have to come back. Because believe it or not, this hour really can get away from us.
It sure
so
can.
We have 2 minutes here now. We've given out your number, and I am an advocate for you and for our seniors. So trust me, you will be coming back, God willing. And we here at the Blueprint must get out the way now. We're going to have our closing. We have about 2 minutes, 1 minute now. All right, so Mr. Covington, don't forget, you guys, call that number if you need anything, because it is insurance enrollment time, and it is not easy navigating those programs. So he will be back, okay? Thank you for listening to the Blueprint for Life with Dr. Alice and Mr. Marvin Covington. All right, see you guys. Good night.
Good night.